Time has a way of rewriting every face, even the most glamorous ones in Hollywood. From silver strands to lines that tell 1,000 stories, these legendary stars show us that aging isn't a loss of beauty, it's a transformation. Some embraced it with grace, letting the years add depth to their charm. Others chose more dramatic routes. Either way, their journeys are unforgettable. Take a look back with us and witness how fame, time, and beauty have danced through the decades. If this video moves you, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you're watching right now, drop the letter C in the comments so we know you're here with us. Henry Cavill, from caped crusader to silver-haired icon. Once the embodiment of Superman himself, Henry Cavill captured the world's attention with his sculpted jawline, steel blue eyes, and commanding presence. In the 2010s, he wasn't just a leading man, he was the leading man. Whether striding down the red carpet or slaying monsters in The Witcher, Cavill wasn't simply admired, he was idolized. A living, breathing symbol of strength, elegance, and classic Hollywood allure. But even superheroes aren't immune to time. Now in his 40s, Cavill still commands the room with that same magnetic presence, but with a twist. The edges of his once razor-sharp features have gently softened. Faint lines frame his eyes and forehead, subtle whispers of time that deepen when he laughs or furrows his brow. The jet-black hair that once crowned his head now shimmers with streaks of silver at the temples, adding a dignified charm to his boyish looks. What sets him apart, though, is how he wears it all, with pride. While many in Hollywood quietly chase youth through needles and scalpel, Cavill embraces the changes. He keeps his body strong through disciplined training, yet never hides the quiet signs of aging. And that authenticity only adds to his appeal. There's something deeply attractive about a man who grows older with grace, confidence, and character. In an industry obsessed with eternal youth, Cavill is a rare and refreshing exception, a reminder that aging isn't something to fear. It's something to own. Today, Henry Cavill radiates a different kind of charm, seasoned, self-assured, and effortlessly refined. He's no longer just the Superman of our screens. He's evolved into a silver fox, rugged, sophisticated, and more captivating than ever. Time hasn't taken away his beauty. It's simply given it depth. Scarlett Johansson, a timeless beauty in bloom. Scarlett Johansson has always turned heads, not just for her stunning looks, but for the presence she carries. With that smoky voice, old Hollywood curves, and magnetic confidence, she became a symbol of allure the moment she stepped into the spotlight. From the wistful mystery she brought to Lost in Translation to the fierce, unstoppable force of Black Widow in the Avengers saga, Scarlett's beauty was never just skin-deep, it was a fusion of strength, sensuality, and grace. But even icons evolve. Now in her late 30s, Johansson is still breathtaking, but her glow has matured. The baby-faced charm of her early years has given way to a more sculpted elegance. Her cheeks are leaner, her jawline more defined, and the faintest lines now frame her eyes, small, quiet reminders that time touches even the most photographed woman in the world. Her style has shifted too. Gone are the bold, bombshell looks of her 20s. In their place is a refined sophistication, soft makeup, elegant silhouettes, and hairstyles that whisper confidence rather than shout it. Scarlett doesn't resist aging, she embraces it, letting her beauty unfold with the wisdom of experience. Unlike so many in Hollywood who chase youth through drastic procedures, Johansson's transformation feels real. Authentic. She radiates the kind of confidence that doesn't come from flawless skin, but from self-awareness, motherhood, and years of knowing exactly who she is. Whether she's delivering a powerful performance, championing social causes, or simply walking hand in hand with her daughter, her presence is undeniable. Aging in the limelight is no easy path, especially for women. But Scarlett Johansson proves that growing older doesn't mean growing invisible. It means growing deeper, more complex, more captivating. She's not just a former it girl. She's a mother, a producer, and a woman who's stepped fully into her power. In a world obsessed with eternal youth, Scarlett stands as a reminder, real beauty doesn't fade, it evolves. Al Pacino. From a fiery young rebel to a living legend, his name once lit up marquees like a promise. With that gravelly voice, piercing gaze, and raw, magnetic energy, Pacino wasn't just an actor, he was a storm on screen. From The Godfather to Scarface, he didn't play characters, he became them. He wasn't the conventional heartthrob, but he didn't need to be. His power came from within, untamed, electric, unforgettable. Today, at over 80, the man once known as Michael Corleone walks slower, speaks raspier, and wears the lines of a life fully lived. His jet black hair has surrendered to silver, and the once tight jawline has softened, but the fire? It's still there. Just quieter now. Wiser. Flickering beneath a lifetime of triumphs, regrets, and unforgettable roles. What's remarkable isn't that Al Pacino has aged, it's how he's done it. In A Town Addicted to Youth, he never ran from time. No facelifts. No filters. No shame. He embraced every wrinkle, every scar, every shift in his body and soul. He let time sculpt him into something richer. Something deeper. He transformed from the tormented anti-hero into the wise elder statesman of cinema, commanding respect without ever needing to raise his voice. You'll see him now, dressed in his signature black, sunglasses on, postures slightly hunched, looking like a man who's seen it all and lived to tell the tale. Because he has. And even now, he keeps working not to stay relevant, but because storytelling still burns in his blood. He's not clinging to the past. He's carving out a legacy. Watching Al Pacino grow older isn't sad, it's profound. It's a reminder that true greatness doesn't fade. It evolves. It deepens. In a world obsessed with the new, he's proof that some things, like talent, soul, and authenticity, only get better with time. Al Pacino isn't just aging. He's aging brilliantly. Like a rare vintage, more powerful, more intoxicating, and more meaningful with every passing year. Helen Mirren, aging like royalty, living like a legend. Helen Mirren has always possessed a kind of grace that doesn't just walk into a room, it commands it. Whether she was playing queens on screen or fierce, complex women in modern dramas, she never followed Hollywood's playbook. She didn't need to. In her younger years, she captivated audiences with striking beauty, those expressive eyes, porcelain skin, and a quiet, unshakable confidence that stole every scene. But the real magic? It's not in how she looked then. It's in how she's living now. Now in her late 70s, Helen Mirren isn't just admired, she's revered. Not only for her legendary talent, but for the fearless way she embraces aging. Her iconic silver white hair, her smile lines, her fierce posture, all of it speaks to a woman who's lived, loved, lost, and come out stronger. Where others run from time, Helen walks with it, gracefully, powerfully, and unapologetically. In A Town Obsessed with Youth, she's become a symbol of authenticity. No bows. No filters. No fear. She's spoken out about rejecting plastic surgery, choosing instead to age on her own terms, wrinkles and all. And in doing so, she's become a beacon for women everywhere, proving that beauty doesn't vanish with age, it deepens. She still owns every red carpet she steps on, dressed in daring gowns, sharp suits, or sometimes just a bare face and a brilliant smile. There's no dressing her age or fading into the background. Helen Mirren rewrites the rules and owns every moment of it. Her career? Still blazing. Whether it's commanding roles in film, stealing scenes on television, or mesmerizing audiences on stage, Helen continues to shine, often outshining stars half her age. What once was youthful fire is now regal wisdom. She's not just a star, she's a force. In a culture chasing eternal youth, Helen Mirren stands as a reminder, real beauty isn't about turning back time. It's about owning your story, every chapter. From screen siren to timeless icon, Helen doesn't just age, she ascends. Idris Elba. From smoldering heartthrob to seasoned leading man, Idris has always embodied that rare mix of strength, elegance, and soul. With a voice like velvet and a presence that commands every room, he first captured our attention in The Wire, then held it tight through powerful roles in Luther, Mandela, Long Walk to Freedom, and Fast and Furious. But Elba was never just another good-looking actor. He had grit, grace, and that magnetic something that made people stop mid-scroll just to watch. At his peak, He was often crowned one of the sexiest men alive, and it wasn't just the chiseled jawline or the red carpet swagger. It was the confidence, the charisma, the way he carried himself like he belonged in every scene, every moment. Now in his early 50s, Idris Elba isn't fighting time, he's mastering it. The jet black hair is laced with silver, the beard dusted with gray, and the lines on his face? They don't hide him, they reveal him. Each one tells a story of a man who's lived, evolved, and come into his own. While some in Hollywood chase youth through surgery and starvation, Elba chose a different path. He stayed fit, stayed creative, and stayed real, balancing blockbuster films with music, DJ gigs, and projects that actually matter to him. Whether he's suited up on the red carpet or spinning tracks in Ibiza, his cool is effortless and his style timeless. What truly sets him apart is how gracefully he's grown. From intense, brooding characters in his early days to deeper, more reflective roles now, Idris Elba hasn't faded, he's deepened. In an industry obsessed with youth, he's rewriting the script. Aging for him isn't a downfall, it's an evolution. And as he steps into each new decade with dignity and purpose, one thing is clear: Idris Elba isn't going anywhere. He's still got us watching, still got us listening, and he's never looked more powerful. Judi Dench, the radiant majesty of aging. For over 6 decades, Judi Dench has reigned as one of Britain's most revered actresses, but her magic goes far beyond the stage and screen. With a twinkle in her eye, razor-sharp wit, and a presence that commands respect without demanding it, she's enchanted audiences across the globe. Whether portraying royalty like Queen Elizabeth or delivering icy authority as M in the James Bond films, Dench brings a quiet strength, refined elegance, and emotional depth to every role she touches. But even icons grow older, and Dame Judi has embraced that truth with rare grace and unshakable dignity. Now in her late 80s, she wears her silver pixie cut like a crown, a playful nod to the fire that still burns behind her eyes. Her face carries the gentle imprints of time, laughter lines, crow's feet, a softness earned through years of living, loving, and creating. And she wears them all with pride. Unlike many in Hollywood who wage war against aging, Dench has never hidden from it. She's been open about her struggles with macular degeneration, a condition that's made memorizing lines more challenging. But instead of stepping away, she's adapted, relying on her instincts, her collaborators, and her lifelong craft to continue performing at the highest level. While others fade quietly from the spotlight, Judi Dench remains a beacon, relevant, revered, and refreshingly real. Her charm bridges generations, especially resonating with older fans who see in her a mirror of resilience, humor, and grace. Her transformation over the years isn't measured in beauty creams or surgeries, but in legacy, one shaped by courage, character, and consistency. In a world obsessed with youth, Judi Dench doesn't just defy expectations, she redefines them. She shows us all that true beauty isn't about flawless skin or frozen time. It's about presence, purpose, passion, and above all, heart. She hasn't just aged, she's evolved. And in doing so, she's become something far greater than a star. She's become a legend. Christopher Walken, the eccentric legend who aged without apology. Christopher Walken has never played by Hollywood's rules. With his offbeat charm, haunting voice, and unpredictable screen presence, he carved out a space that no one else dared to occupy. Whether delivering a chilling monologue in The Deer Hunter, dancing his way through Weapon of Choice, or stealing scenes in Catch Me If You Can in Pulp Fiction, Walken has always been one of a kind, part mystery, part masterclass. Now in his 80s, the man who once mesmerized audiences with icy blue eyes and razor-sharp cheekbones has transformed. His once dark hair has faded into a wispy silver crown, and the sculpted planes of his face have softened, etched with deep lines that speak of a life fully lived. Time has added texture to his legendary face, and somehow, even more intrigue. But here's the thing, Christopher Walken never chased youth. No facelifts, no filler, no attempt to hide the years. He's aged with an honesty that's rare in Hollywood, embracing the passage of time like just another scene in the story. His refusal to conform, to be fixed, smoothed, or reshaped, is what makes his presence even more powerful today. There's a quiet dignity in how he's let himself grow older, wrinkles and all. Still working, still surprising, Walken has found roles that lean into his quirks rather than edit them out. That trademark voice, those unpredictable pauses, the way he can turn a line into a moment. It's all still there, only now shaded by age and wisdom. He moves slower, his hair is thinner, but his soul? Untouched. That peculiar, spellbinding essence remains. In an industry obsessed with youth and perfection, Christopher Walken stands apart, not just for the roles he played, but for the man he continues to be. Unfiltered, unbothered, unforgettable. His beauty was never about symmetry or polish. It was about presence. And that kind of beauty doesn't age, it deepens. Julianne Moore, aging with grace, power, and purpose. Julianne Moore has never been just another Hollywood beauty. She's been a beacon of elegance, talent, and quiet strength. With her radiant red hair, porcelain skin, and those unmistakable emerald eyes, she captured hearts and lit up screens for decades. From the heart-wrenching honesty of Still Alice to the raw emotion she brought to Magnolia and Far From Heaven, Julianne built a career not on spectacle, but on substance. Now in her early 60s, she may no longer be the ingenue of the 90s, but her allure has only grown more profound. Time has left its gentle imprint, soft lines that speak of life lived fully, and hair that has shifted from fiery red to a silvery warmth. Yet what remains, and perhaps deepens, is her undeniable presence. Her beauty has not vanished, it has evolved. What truly sets Julianne apart is her defiance of Hollywood's obsession with youth. While many of her peers chase the illusion of agelessness through cosmetic fixes, Moore has chosen a different path: authenticity. She's spoken openly about the impossible standards imposed on women in the industry and made it clear that aging is not something to fear, but to embrace. Instead of clinging to roles written for younger women, Julianne has leaned into the richness of maturity. She takes on characters layered with wisdom, dignity, and emotional complexity, roles that mirror her own evolution. Off the screen, her influence only expands. A passionate advocate for gun safety, equal rights, and women's empowerment, Moore uses her voice to elevate causes far beyond the red carpet. Designers still court her. Directors still write for her. Audiences still adore her. Because Julianne Moore hasn't faded with time, she's flourished. She is living proof that beauty doesn't fade with age. It transforms, it deepens, it tells a richer story. For fans in their 50s, 60s, and beyond, Julianne isn't just a movie star. She's a symbol of what it means to grow older with dignity, courage, and brilliance. She's not just aging in the spotlight, she's redefining what that spotlight can mean. Andy Garcia, the silver-haired gentleman who still knows how to steal every scene. He exploded onto the Hollywood landscape in the late 1980s, captivating audiences with his brooding eyes, effortless charm, and that signature Cuban elegance. From The Untouchables to Internal Affairs and The Godfather Part 3, Garcia wasn't just another leading man, he was a presence. He radiated old-school sophistication in a decade dominated by flash and bravado. Now in his late 60s, Garcia has undergone a quiet, graceful evolution. The thick dark waves of his youth have turned to distinguished silver, and the fine lines that map his face only deepen his allure. Time hasn't dulled him, it's refined him. The boyish charm has given way to something rarer, a seasoned elegance that can't be faked. His eyes still smolder, now with the weight of lived experience. His jaw remains defined, now framed by a carefully groomed beard that adds a layer of gravitas. Andy Garcia hasn't chased youth. He's embraced maturity. While others scramble to reinvent themselves, Garcia has remained rooted, loyal to his classic style, his Cuban heritage, and his quiet confidence. Crisp suits, open collars, and that iconic fedora speak volumes before he even says a word. Still active in film, Garcia now plays roles that fit him like a tailored coat: wise mentors, dignified patriarchs, soulful outsiders. Whether it's a drama, a thriller, or a romantic comedy, he commands the screen with a power that whispers instead of shouts. In a town obsessed with reinvention, Andy Garcia proves that true charisma doesn't age, it evolves. He may have traded the fire of youth for the glow of experience, but his magnetism hasn't dimmed one bit. In fact, it burns brighter in its own refined way. Andy Garcia isn't just aging, he's aging with purpose, poise, and undeniable presence. And in a world of passing trends that makes him more captivating than ever, Vanessa Redgrave, a life etched in grace, courage, and timeless elegance. Vanessa Redgrave isn't just a celebrated actress, she's a living legend. With her commanding presence, soulful eyes, and unmistakably rich voice, she redefined what it meant to be a leading lady. From her breakout role in Blow Up to the haunting brilliance of Julia, Redgrave didn't just act. She embodied strength, intellect, and raw emotional power. She wasn't content to be just another pretty face. She was fearless, fiercely intelligent, and unafraid to disrupt the status quo. Now in her late 80s, time has gently transformed her. The golden hair that once framed her striking face has faded into a soft, dignified silver. The flawless skin of her youth now tells a deeper story, one etched with laughter, loss, passion, and perseverance. Her steps may be slower, her voice more fragile, but her presence? Still magnetic, still majestic. Unlike many of her Hollywood peers, Vanessa never tried to outrun time. She welcomed it. She refused the masks of cosmetic youth and instead let her years speak for her. Every line, every crease, a chapter in a life fully lived. Her aging isn't something to be hidden. It's a crown she wears with quiet pride. Even now, she continues to perform, to protest, to lead. Her voice may tremble, but it still cuts through silence with conviction. Her gaze, though older, remains sharp, a window into a soul that has never dimmed. She walks into a room not with the desperation of fading fame, but with the stillness of someone who knows exactly who she is. Vanessa Redgrave's transformation is more than physical, it's spiritual. She has evolved into a matriarch of the arts, mentoring the next generation and lending her voice to causes greater than herself. In a world obsessed with staying young, Redgrave stands tall as a beacon of what it means to age with purpose, authenticity, and unshakable grace. Her legacy reminds us that true beauty doesn't fade, it deepens, it strengthens, and it continues to inspire decade after decade. Jeff Goldblum, eccentric, effortlessly cool, aging like fine jazz, unpredictable, stylish, and undeniably bold. From the start, Goldblum never fit the traditional Hollywood mold, and that's exactly why he stood out. Whether morphing into a grotesque creature in The Fly, dodging dinosaurs in Jurassic Park, or saving the world in Independence Day, Jeff's towering presence, quirky rhythm, and magnetic weirdness made him unforgettable. He wasn't the heartthrob in a leather jacket. He was the intellectual oddball with a spark in his eye and a voice you couldn't turn away from. Now in his 70s, Jeff Goldblum hasn't just aged gracefully, he's turned aging into an art form. His signature salt and pepper hair is always slicked back with purpose. His once boyish face has matured into a sculpted map of experience, every line telling a story. And those iconic glasses? Still framing a gaze that's equal parts curious child and sly philosopher. But Jeff's evolution isn't just skin deep, it's in how he moves through the world. In recent years, he's become a full-blown fashion icon. Bold prints, sharp tailoring, unexpected accessories, he wears them all with a wink and a swagger. On red carpets and late-night couches, he doesn't just show up, he glides, proving that confidence comes not from clinging to youth, but from fully embracing who you've become. And make no mistake, Jeff Goldblum is nowhere near done. He's still lighting up the big screen, reprising his role in Jurassic World, voicing quirky characters in animated hits, and even starring in his own whimsical Disney Plus docuseries. Off-camera, he tours the country playing jazz piano with his band, captivating audiences of all ages with his charm, humor, and infectious zest for life. In a culture obsessed with staying young, Jeff Goldblum isn't chasing the past, he's reinventing what it means to be timeless. Elegant, eccentric, endlessly curious. He's living proof that getting older doesn't mean fading out. It means getting bolder, louder, weirder, and having way more fun doing it. Ally Sheedy, from teen icon to quiet resilience. In the electric haze of the 1980s, Ally Sheedy was everywhere. As a key member of the legendary Brat Pack, she captivated audiences in The Breakfast Club and St. Elmo's Fire, not with flash, but with something far rarer, a haunting, quiet intensity. Her deep, expressive eyes, that mysterious presence, she didn't just act, she lingered in your memory. But fame, especially when it comes young, doesn't always last. As the spotlight shifted, Ally quietly stepped away. And today? She looks nothing like the quirky teen we once knew. Her hair is silver now. Her face carries the stories of time. And yet, there's something striking about her still, a deeper kind of beauty, born from truth. She didn't chase the fame that once chased her. Instead, Ally chose a life of purpose. Family, writing, teaching, and healing. She opened up about her battles with addiction and mental health, not for attention, but to be real, raw, and human. She found peace not in applause, but in authenticity. In recent years, she returned briefly to the screen in Single Drunk Female, playing the mother of a struggling daughter. It wasn't flashy. It was honest. It was lived in. It reminded the world, Ally Sheedy never lost her gift, she just evolved. Her story isn't one of fading fame, but of quiet strength and hard-earned grace. She may no longer be the girl from the 80s, but what she's become, that's far more powerful. A woman embracing age, truth, and every line life has written on her face. Thanks for watching Exposed Hollywood. If you were moved by Ally's story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more untold Hollywood journeys. We'll see you in the next one.